This is what happens. Landlord rents a house to a family in May. They don't have to use the furnace because it's hot. They sign the lease from May to May. The tenants move in, and in October it starts to get cold. The furnace doesn't work. The tenant says, I've been paying your rent for 6 months or 5 months, and you haven't fixed the furnace. I didn't know when I moved in that the furnace didn't work. Which, by the way, we take that away for people in this bill because we say they don't have to disclose that. So here's what happens. They say, pay the rent or get out. They pay the rent in October. November comes around, it's still cold. She's got 5 children. Those children are cold. So in November, she calls the MLK Center and says, can you find somebody to help me? Because I can't get heat in my apartment, my house. So they call me. And I thought, I'll call the landlord. And he says she hasn't paid her rent for November. It's November. Thanksgiving's coming up. He says, pay your rent. I said, listen, I'm an attorney, I know what to do. Put your money in an escrow account, go open a bank account, and put your rent money in there, and let's go to court. Because I know that if we show the judge in small claims court that she's got a deposit, and she says he's got an interest in this, but I'm not giving it to him until he fixes this furnace in the winter. So we go to court, and the judge says, sir, this is an eviction proceeding because they're bifurcated. No damages being heard here. You want to evict her. Why? Because she hasn't paid rent. Okay. Mr. Taylor, why hasn't she paid the rent? Your Honor, she has paid the rent. She paid it in an escrow account. The judge says, great. What's your problem? The landlord says, he wants me to fix this furnace. It's going to cost me $700. And I said, Mr. Landlord, if you would have called me, the center has money to fix that furnace. We'll pay for the furnace to get fixed, but can you give her a break on her rent for 4 months so that she can recoup those funds? Sure. Some people in this room don't like that. That's why we're here today. It's warrant of habitability claims that these people are crying about. They're getting kicked out because there's no running water sometimes. And that's what the city of Indianapolis was trying to address. If you retaliate by trying to kick them out because they complain, you can't do it anymore. I went through that case. If you think that this won't happen to you, pass this legislation. And then you'll be up here crying because a family of 5, a woman who's trying to put a roof over her children's head, gets kicked out in the winter before Thanksgiving because she hasn't paid her rent on a house that doesn't have a furnace.